Hello students, this video is going to give you a tour around your core content classes. That's going to be your English, Math, Science, Social Studies. My name is Chelsea Lindsay and I am student support and teacher support for CDLS, and I am using my own student, my son's courses, Avery, to give you a tour. So we're going to look at middle school math specifically. All of these courses, all of these core content courses run the same way. But we're going to look at math. So we're going to come into the math course card, and we can see that if we expand this folder here, it's going to give us our units where all of our work lives, so to speak. So I want to point out one thing right away. When you see a little green check mark on the item here in this view, that just means that you've looked at it. It doesn't mean that you have necessarily taken that item. Whereas if I come into 2.01 and I hang out here for long enough, maybe I'm going to go over to 2.02 and then come back to 2.01. Eventually, just having looked at that item, I'm going to see that green check mark. And so make sure that you don't use that green check mark as whether or not you have completed an item. Just use it as a reference point of maybe that you've looked at it. So then let's go ahead and come into an item. So for instance, we'll come into 1.01 and we'll click on that link. And sometimes you're going to get this purple screen. It's just a busy signal. Go ahead and close that tab and then click on the link again. And it's going to log you in. And you'll see that you have the tutorial and the mastery test. The mastery test is the graded portion of these assignments. So the first thing you need to do is come into the tutorial and read through all of the material. You could save and exit and come back to it as you need to. You're going to be asked questions that you'll answer along the way that you'll need to answer correctly before the tutorial will let you move forward. After a certain amount of attempts, it'll help you out and give you some hints on what those answers are, so you'll never end up entirely stuck in a tutorial. Then when you get to the end of the tutorial, you're going to click Save and Exit. When you click Save and Exit, you're going to see that you can still see the mastery test here. So you'll want to click on that mastery test, answer those questions, and then submit it. If you don't like your score, you can always get a retry by going back to the tutorial, clicking through the slides, getting to slide number 20, or whatever the last number is, saving and exiting, and then you'll get a retry on that item. So you can always improve your score on those mastery tests, and we really encourage you to do that. The other thing I want to show you is that you can look at your gradebook by clicking on grades right up here. And you can see here, this green check mark means that you have submitted it. This means that you have submitted that item. And it has been graded, and you'll know that because the score will be sitting right there. Then, these will eventually start to fill up with your submissions. If you're being given extra credit, that'll be shown to you with a little star. So this item here is extra credit. I want to point out that, my kiddo has these hundreds because if he doesn't get 100, he goes back and he retakes it. So make sure you do that if you can. It's really awesome that you can try again and increase your score. So really take advantage of that. The other thing I'll show you, which I'm sure you will probably notice right away, is that you have a to-do list. Your to-do list will show you what items are coming due. So make sure you check out your to-do list as well. So I hope you found this video super helpful. And if you have questions, always ask.